happy, thrilled, excited, honored that you're here with me during this COVID-19 craziness. We get to commune together. You know, when women come together, everything gets better. We are really designed to be each other's companions in life when we do it in a healthy way. And so I'm so excited to welcome you. My name is Roya Mattis. I am the creator of the SHE-ness Tribe, SHE, SHE-ness, the freedom of she. She means whatever it is to you. Whatever you are, whoever you own yourself to be is exactly as it's supposed to, and we celebrate you, and we know we're better together. The SHE-ness Tribe really believes in unity, unifying fully to yourself, unifying, once you're unified to yourself, meaning you fully accept all of the variations of you, you can more fully accept other women. So then unifying women to women, eliminating competing and comparing, and begin truly connecting. And then we go to the layer of the men and unifying with our men too. Welcome. If you haven't visited our website, she-ness.com, I invite you to do so. And if you haven't followed us yet at SHE-ness Tribe and on Instagram, no dashes, they don't allow dashes there, SHE-ness Tribe. We'd love to have you. All I want to do is give back to the betterment of each and every one of you and to collect you, because my mind alone isn't enough. I'm looking for you and you and you and you. And so together we get to really, really, really experience the richness that we were biologically designed to have. And people, just a moment to join us. And I just want you to know that this chat stream is available to you during our live. And I get to see your beautiful faces. Let me add your collections here of faces so far. Anna, thank you for letting me see your beautiful face. Julia, let me see you. Ashley was on a live earlier today, and Debbie giving back to how do we navigate if you're a mama with kids at home, now you're a professional and you're a teacher, what do you do? We'll have that on our YouTube as well under Roya Mattis, and in our private community, SHE-ness Tribe on Facebook. Welcome Amanda and others I don't see, Lisa, and then the others don't indicate your names, but welcome. So I'd like for you to be sure that you write in the chat, what would you love to get the most out of today? While we're together, I have a full format for you, but at the end, Ashley is kind enough to tell me what's the number 1 or number 2 question. So if we did not answer that, we have an opportunity to do that. I know we had over 40, 50, 60, something, I don't know what the most recent count was, of women registered. So they'll be able to get the playback. I don't want you to feel anxious today at all about taking notes. I want you to be able to experience some things with me today. And so it's important that you are embodied in this experience, and just know that we are going to gift you the playback. And so you can watch and then take notes at any point. You're going to have that in your email box beginning, probably we're going to send it out on Monday or Tuesday at the latest. So everyone that's registered, and I know many could not participate live today, but they're like, hey, I want to get the information. And so we are going to get that out to you at the beginning of the week. So again, thank you for choosing to be here. Okay, the very first thing that I want us to do right now is I want you to take your right hand, if you would, and cross it over to your left shoulder. And then if you'll take your left hand and cross it over to your right shoulder and give yourself a little squeeze, a hug from your sisters right into you. I feel you, sister. We see you. I see you. I know you're trying hard. I know you're working hard at what you're doing. I know you're trying your best. I don't know all of your situation, but this I know for sure. You have a high standard for your life, and all you want to do is give your best and love at your full capacity. This I know for sure. You would not be here. So feel this one last squeeze. from us to you in this very turbulent time. Welcome to a sisterhood. I'm going to begin by sharing a story, and then I'll give you a little bit of a background. About 6 years ago, I found myself working late into the night, often, and often also, if I didn't have to, I would anyway, on purpose, without really vocalizing it, but more internalizing that feeling. Sitting in my home office, and it becomes 1, 2, 2:30, sometimes 3 in the morning. And about that time, I would peek in to the double doors of our master bedroom and listen for the familiar sound of deep breathing, sometimes deep snoring, and breathe a sigh of relief because I could slip in undetected without being approached for my wifely duties. Now, I don't know if you've ever felt the feeling of lying right next to someone and still feeling completely alone, but that's where I was. You might be sitting next to a best friend and feeling unseen, a parent who still doesn't get you, a mentor who just rubs you in a way that makes you shut down. I don't know who it is for you, but we have those people in our life, and we don't always know how to vocalize it. And I want to thank my husband for allowing me to share my stories, because I think it takes a very courageous, strong person to allow those truths to be out with a desire to help other people own their own truths and get better from them, because it's what we don't acknowledge that never leaves us and never gets better. And so in a time such as that, I began a search journey. And this is where my passion began. My passion for me and my passion for you. In uncertainty, we create certainty within ourselves by finding trust in our answers, self-love, and self-acceptance. I have been mentoring women primarily, and men too, for 19 years. And in those 19 years, I started to see a pattern particularly in people that know that they have a high calling on their life. They have a high demand to not only want the 2 things we want, it all, but to enjoy them and to be enjoyed. And I noticed there was a disconnect pain, that while they should be happy enough, they should be grateful, and they are, and we are, there is still something missing, and we don't know why. As I'm mentoring women in particular, there's a lot of guilt in parenting. There's a lot of lack of passion in relationships, and there is this feeling that I just can't touch what it is I'm looking for. And this is how SHE-ness began. I started immersion training. I've now been into almost 900 hours of workshops, immersion workshops. So this does not include podcasts and books and so forth, but things I paid to go to better myself, to give it back to you. From finances to business workshops, to relationships, to feminine workshops, just on female things only, on movement, on coaching, health, the gamut. And so as we come to you today, I come to you humbly, because although once you start to learn, you think you know things, you realize how much you don't know. And so I don't pretend to be your guru or a main source. I just want to come to you as sister to sister today and say, honey, here's a few things today that I hope can help you get to your better and best tomorrow. We had a giveaway in the very online on Instagram, asking for women to collect each other and to tag at least 6 other women, and we would do a drawing giveaway. And so I want to start off with that, and I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. Debbie Carblade, Carbailade. Debbie, are you on live? Debbie, you are the winner of our drawing. Debbie is the winner of our drawing, and she's going to get one of my new favorite books on the planet, The Masculine and Relationship. Debbie, if you could private message me on Instagram and send your address, I will get this right out to you. I don't know how quickly Amazon will get it to your door these days, but I ate this and drank this. I mean, I lapped up every single moment. I have never made so many like little brackets and stars and exclamation points in a relationship book, and I have read a lot of them. So I was so impressed with the encompassment of this book, because I feel like Tony Robbins' saying is true. If success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure, and our intimate relationship is so critical to enjoying that which we were put on earth to create. The first thing we're going to do together, so congratulations, Debbie. Thank you for helping to collect our tribe. The first thing we're going to do together is I want to get you in a state of heightened thinking and heightened energy. Because when we're breathing normally, it's usually a shallow breath, and we cannot access the higher level of thinking, which allows us to get to answers beyond everyday capacity. So what happens is when you are feeling defeated, deflated, stressed, anxious, we begin to put our body in a posture of this. So I'd like you to just go ahead and feel that for a second. Go ahead and put your body in the posture as if you weren't feeling good, as if you were depressed, sad, angry, lonely, in despair, in grief. What would your body be doing? Please go ahead and physically do that with your body right now. Often would you say that our bodies are slumped? I'm gonna let you guys, like, were you slumped? Is it shallow breathing? I'm gonna unmute you guys for just a second. So if you have background noise, mute yourself really quick again. But what would you all, oh, let me see. How do I, yeah, okay. I think you're, nope, you're not unmuted. Let's see. Allow participants to unmute all. Yeah, there we go. What do you do with your body? Do you have your shoulders back, or do you have them kind of slumped forward? Oh, I better mute again. Oh, that was a good try. Okay, so we kind of slump forward, and then what do we do with our air? Is it shallow or is it deep? It's kind of shallow, right? And so the first thing I want you to do, and this is the first tool I'm going to give you in case you didn't already own this in your tool belt. The first thing when you feel a negative emotion you don't want to feel is say your name. So you're going to say your own name. I'm going to say Roya. Say your name. Roya, stand up. The first thing I want you to do is say your name and then stand up with your body, like rise up. Okay, so Roya, your name, stand up or rise up. You're going to put your shoulders further back than you think they belong. You're going to breathe into your diaphragm now, where 70% of the oxygen actually is accessed down deep. Most of us only breathe up here. So I actually want you to hover your hand right at the top of your belly, and I want you to try to touch your belly, touch your hand with your belly with the air you breathe in. So here we go. Like expand that part to where you touch your hovering hand. This is where I want you to breathe when we breathe, so you can begin to oxygenate. Because biologically, by shallow breathing, you can only do the normal things like look around and know you're hungry and, you know, do the mundane. But higher level thinking, we must oxygenate. So here we go. We're going to oxygenate. The way we're going to do that is we're going to reach up high like this, and then we're going to snap down by our sides with our hands. So it goes like that. That's the motion. And then normally you would breathe through your nose, but I don't have tissues to give you, and you might spout out things you don't want to. So we're going to breathe through our mouth, and we're going to go like this. Okay. So we're going to do 20 of these in a row of breathing from the diaphragm. So let's get that diaphragm feel again. Make sure your shoulders are back. Let's do 20. Here we go. 1, 2. And then at rest, and you'll feel some tingling now. You might feel some lightheadedness. The meaning of what you attach to what happens to you, not what happens to you, means everything. So breathe deeply and accept it, because this is oxygenation, my friends. Your body is oxygenating, so don't be afraid of it. Now, you don't want to do so much that you pass out. So I hope you're also seated. We're going to do it one more time. Sit at the edge of your chair if you're in a chair, if you can't access your full diaphragm. And here we go again, 20 more. Welcome to oxygenation, my friends, and higher level of thinking. Let's let you hold that for a moment. I want to pose you with a question of, what if everything, the good, bad, the ugly, and the indifferent, what if even this virus that's taking over the world at this moment, what if it was all God? What if it was all your higher power? What if it was all a gift for you and not against you? What if? I'm starting with that challenging thought for the purpose of the benefit of you. What if it wasn't? But what if it was? And what if you chose to believe it was, just because by choosing to believe that everything is a gift, it allowed you to access a higher level of thinking, at a higher level of living than you would have in a defeat mental attitude. I want to give you just a basic example. I was driving with my kids not just a week ago, and the sky was so brilliant. It was so beautiful. The clouds were smattered all over the sky, but it was unique on this particular day. There were very, very, very dark clouds, black. And then there were very, 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 very light clouds, white. And then in certain sections, the sun just burst through the corners of the clouds in minor moments that let you see that the sun's brilliance was fighting through these clouds. So you imagine that there were all scopes of black to white to brilliant light. And I started to talk to my 6 and 11-year-old about, why do you think the sky is so beautiful? It just looks so beautiful, Mommy. Yes, but why? Could it be because there's so much dark and there's so much light? Could it be because both colors are in the sky? Could it possibly be that the dark makes the light look better and the light makes the dark look better? Isn't that the gift of living that sometimes we forget is a gift? That we don't know what's great until we have contrast of what's not great. We aren't pushed to our best until we are pressed into our worst. Nothing beautiful comes out of this world without a push or pressure. Flowers and trees must push out of the earth. Butterflies have to press their wings through the cocoon. Baby birds must push out of an egg. And so it is, as babies are born, they must be pushed through a canal. And diamonds are only diamonds under pressure, and pearls only pearls with agitation. You guys, it's the way that it was meant. It's a gift. What if we stop fighting it? And what if we start igniting our power within it and we start seeking the empowering answers? Because better questions gain better answers. Empowering questions give you powerful answers, and defeating negative, small-minded, tiny questions give us tiny, insignificant, low-living answers like, why did this happen to me? Normal. No longer who you get to be, because now you know better. We're going to talk about empowering questions just a bit. I do have a workshop that dives deeply into empowering questions, because when you become a master at challenging to find the best truth for you that's going to give you leverage to the past instead of the past holding you down and back, but rather grabbing hold of it and leveraging it, doing with the past what was supposed to happen, which is looking in a rear view mirror like the car, just to get a place of where you are, and so that you don't crash into something, you only glance into that rear view mirror, but you drive through the front window with the front window vision, the larger one, the forward one. And you don't see very far, do you? I mean, you can only see a certain amount of feet in the distance, but you go anyway, and you look that way. If you were to drive looking through that rear view, you would crash every time. So why do we continue to do it and wonder why we crash? Who you were yesterday is not who you have to be today, tomorrow, or the next day. You get to reinvent yourself. You get to when you decide to. Now, what does it mean to be uniquely female? So for the feminine part of this right now, the female part, there are spaces and places that we don't talk often enough in the coaching world and in the self-improvement world, because females, women on average, our bodies, our needs, our ownership of that thing called feminine energy that was an anomaly to me until just a few years ago, has always been underplayed or talked about in a belittling way. Oh, she's so flighty. Oh, she's so unpredictable. Oh, she's so emotional. There she goes crying again. The female part of us has been shamed for way too long. And we are going to discover the pride back. And we're also going to uncover the gift and the power that we have been neglecting and stuffing away, that is uniquely ours and a unique gift to the masculine. It's a gift within ourselves, and it's a gift outside to the world. So we're going to talk about ways to untrap it. That is actually one of the secret sauces as to why you're feeling like you can't quite touch the joy you seek. It's such a freeing discovery. Once you really tap into it, you go, oh, there's the answer I've been looking for. What? There she is. And I didn't know she was right there. So I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm not going to dive into masculine, feminine energy today. We do have something that deeper dives into that, but I just want to give you a brush stroke. We all have masculine and we all have feminine energy. Your masculine essentially is the drive, win, do it from point A to point B. Your feminine energy is the love, the whole vision, the seeing what's going to happen to other people when you do it. It's that unpredictable, emotional, loving side of yourself. That's the feminine energy. So we both, men and women, have both. Now, men or women can be masculine at their core. Men or women can be feminine at their core. What does that mean? The primary drive that you need to bring you the most access of your biggest power and your best joy. Okay? So, I was sitting in an audience of about 10,000 people at a self-development workshop, the very first large self-development workshop I attended outside of my company, where I'm a national sales director, which is about the top 0.100%, the 0.1% of the company, I don't know. And now I'm I'm responsible to help mentor women across the country. And I thought, I want to learn more. And it just so happened, I accidentally ended up at this workshop. I say that because I actually bought a ticket for my assistant. She couldn't go, and here I was. And I'm sitting in this, and the speaker says, I would like the primarily feminine people to please stand up. Primarily feminine. And I remain seated in my chair. And the men all around me start tapping me on the shoulder, and I'm like, nope, I'm primarily masculine. Nope, I'm remaining seated. I love to drive. I love to win. I love to achieve. Not feminine, not I. In fact, I thought of it as so sexual. Does that sound funny? Like you're almost like flighty, or I'm just gonna say it out loud because it was me who I thought whorish if I was feminine, or I was not going to be able to do the things I wanted to in life if that was me. So I stayed seated, and I'm sitting in my blinged out t-shirt and my bows on the backs of my heels, and still proclaiming, doesn't mean you're feminine though at core, but still proclaiming I was not. And the feminine women and men, mostly women, but men can too, stood up and they started playing this song and they began moving and dancing, and I'm watching them and I'm like, I want to move like that. I want to get up, but I'm going to be true to who I think I am. And as I remained seated, a question became the first time I ever had this question of, what, am I feminine at core? And so the reason I'm going to ask you this question right now as a body check is because I want you to begin your own self-discovery journey to find out if my deeper dives are going to possibly help you enjoy your journey and be enjoyed even more and attract more of what you want in your life. Instead of having to push for it, you invite it. Instead of having to fight for it, it becomes an invitation and a flow in your life. It took me a full year to figure out that I'm primarily feminine at core. And so here's a couple of checks. This is not if you already have a medical condition as to why you're feeling this. Okay, so if you have a medical condition, this does not apply. But if you carry pain in your uterus, tension way down low, this could be a sign you're operating in your masculine too much. If you carry antacids because you have a lot of stomach acid, this could be a sign. If you have tension in your shoulders, not just sometimes, but a lot, if not all the time, in your neck and your shoulders, you can be carrying the weight of masculine energy. If you have numbness, particularly on the left side of your body, if you experience that you can't feel certain things, on the left side is not wanting to acknowledge certain things. You're trying to numb it out. That's feminine in your life, like feelings or not wanting to do something or feeling blocked in a feminine way. That could be another body sign. If you feel like your voice is choked a lot and you're having to swallow your truth and you can't let that cry or that scream or that discontent out, is another sign. If you're feeling this at all, I'd like you to post in the comments so I know if my sisters are here with me. So what are we going to do about it? Today, we're going to do a few starter techniques to release anger, guilt, shame, depression, frustration, and on of those feelings that you might be feeling, especially from the new unexpected demands on your life and the unexpected hurdles right now that we cannot control. But that's life in general, isn't it? Hurdles that suddenly come that were not something we were expecting, and now it's ours to own. The feminine can relate to this statement. Yes, I can do it all, but I don't want to have to. Can you relate to this statement? Yep, I can do it all, but boy, I don't want to have to. You have a need to achieve and a need to be held. You have both. This, my loves, is feminine. Okay, I'm going to check our time. Gosh, we've got a few things to do in a short time to do it. So I'm going to do this one with you first. I'm going to describe this one and then we're going to do one together. All right. So the first thing is, if you have a question that you cannot seem to get the answer from, or you're feeling blocked on something, for example, you're like, I'm going to give you an example. When my son was 1 year old, we lost our nanny. 18 months old, we lost our nanny. And he had a traumatic experience when I went to a free vacation from my Mary Kay business as a national. We get a free vacation automatically every year, and we were gone for a week, and he was 18 months at the time. And the year prior, he didn't have any problem. I have an older daughter. They were with grandma and nanny, so they had both at the house, and I felt like, okay, it's gonna be fine. But when I got home this time, it may have been the age he was, that child had like a post-traumatic syndrome. He had no problem with me ever leaving before, and when I would just walk out of the room, he was like, ah! Like I was going to abandon him. And my nanny left shortly after that. I said he was 18 months, but now I'm thinking back, he was 20 months then at this point. And something deposited in my spirit that if I were going to get a nanny again, I was going to traumatize my child. Because if he couldn't be okay with the nanny he knew since he was an infant and his grandma, how in the world would he be okay with somebody new? So I had this story in my mind, but that story once was conscious became unconscious and just deposited in my being. And a year went by and I still could not find a nanny. I mean, I did all the right things on paper. I advertised, I told everybody, I knew consciously I need help in my life to operate a successful business, but I can't find anyone. They're not showing up. And my coach said to me these words, do you think you could be blocking the ability to get a nanny? And I was like, no, I believe in it. She goes, something in you actually doesn't want it. Because my friends, when you say you want something and you're doing the right things and you're still not getting it, you have a block. So if you are blocked with something, here is one of the techniques that I have for you. You're going to, if you're a writer, you're going to do this first technique. If you're not a writer, you're going to do the second technique. I sat down with a pen and paper in a notebook with unlimited time. So you might need it to go in the middle of the night. You might need to get up early in the morning. You might write for 10 minutes. You might write for 2 hours. I don't know what's going to come out of you, but it must be pen to paper. It cannot be to computer. Something actually physically happens from the brain to the hand that can't happen any other way. So you're going to be writing because stuff is going to come out you're not going to expect. And you start with a question like this. What within me is blocking my ability to find a nanny? What within me does not want a nanny? So for you, it might be something else. What within me is blocking my ability to gain success in my business? What within me is stopping me from having habits that allow me to lose weight? Whatever it might be for you, what within me? You're asking yourself that question, and then you let the pen flow, and the tears might come with it, and you let them go. And you keep writing until it's all exhausted out of you. You might say negative words, you might curse, I don't care what comes out. It needs to all come out ugly, messy, weird, discovering, because nobody ever has to see it. Once you get to the end of that journaling, it's critical that you do not stop at that moment. You have to continue to the next place, or the cathartic exorcism, so to speak, will not happen. And you write this. This is a lie. Here is the truth. This is a lie. Everything you just dumped, this is a lie. Here's the truth. And you rewrite your new reality. Within 3 days, my friends, my sisters, I had a nanny from dumping. and realizing that I told myself a story that did not have to be true. This is a lie. Here's the truth. If you're not a journaler, if you're not a writer, you're going to take a piece of paper, you're going to put the problem word in the center of the paper. Nanny, not finding a nanny, money, weight, job, boss, relationship, whatever it is. And then you smatter just words that come out, not sentences, just words. And when it's all out of you, you tear up that paper, you burn it, and you ceremoniously dump it away. And something cathartic happens within you because you just said, no more. This is a lie. I'm living a new truth. And you might find, this is what happened to Noah, that you can't even remember the words you used to attach to that negative feeling once you do this cathartic thing. Now we're going to do one more physical technique together before our time comes to a close. There's so much, my friends, so much. So I actually have some workshops for you if you'd like to deeper dive. But today I'm going to give you another gift. And that is, if you've ever heard of facing north and doing a body check, body testing for your answers. So everyone on their cell phone has a compass. So I'd like for you to pull up the compass on your phone at this time. And if you don't know where it is, go to search in your phone and pull up compass. Now I'd like you to actually physically now get up, and remember, you can listen back to this so you don't have to write any of this down. I'd like you to actually face due north in your home, okay? Now for this to really work well, you need to have been hydrated. So if you're not hydrated, you didn't drink water today well enough, you're gonna have to do this again later, okay? So you wanna drink at least, like I keep regularly hydrated, or maybe you wanna drink 8 to 16 ounces and then do it within like 20, 30 minutes after that. So you're going to face due north. I'm gonna give you a moment to get north. And I want you to plant your feet shoulder width apart, okay? Shoulder width apart, facing north, shoulder width apart, feet planted flat. If you're in heels, it's best if you step out of them right now. Now I want you to ask your body a question that you already know the answer of, and that would be your name. So you're gonna ask yourself, is this my name? And then you're going to ask yourself, is this a name that's not yours? So I would say, is my name Roya? And see what my body does. And then I would say, is my name Bob? And see what my body does. Whatever name you want to pick. That is your body's yes motion, and then your body's no motion. Don't try to do anything. Just let your body do its own signal. So I'm going to let you feel what that feels like now. We're going to pause. You're going to put your body due north. You'll stand shoulder width apart, flat-footed or in flats. Ask yourself a question you already know the answer to. Is my name? See what your body does. And then is my name what your name is not? Now you get to know what your body's yes motion is and your body's no motion. My body's yes motion happens to be this, and my body's no motion happens to be a little hip left. Every time. Yours might be different. That's why you have to test it. What does it do when it wants a no, and what does it do when it wants a yes? Now here's the cool thing. What we've been taught is to think through everything. This is masculine energy, but the embodiment of the body is feminine energy. Men need this too, and men have the answers inside them also, because the answer is not always logical. The answer, sometimes we can talk ourselves in or out of anything, can't we? Especially if we want it or don't want it badly enough. I want this chocolate, so I'm going to justify it right the heck now. So your body knows different. So you can actually physically hold that chocolate in your hand and you can go, should I eat this chocolate? Can I have this chocolate? Is my body allergic to this chocolate? It's called muscle testing. So if you feel like having something, maybe you don't know if you're allergic to gluten. You can hold gluten in your hand and say, am I allergic to gluten? Does my body want to eat gluten? Hold it. Or eat this. Hold it and see what your body does. You might have really tough questions. Should I remain in this relationship? Should I decide to go for this promotion? You can body muscle test it. Now, I've got techniques for much deeper, bigger questions like the stay in the relationship and stuff that we'll unpack in a deeper workshop. But isn't this fun? It's so fun. I taught it to my children. You know, like, you have any question you're not sure of? Your body knows. Your body knows. We have got to get to a place, my friends, where we trust and love our own signals more. And the gift of the feminine, especially, is the gift of intuition. But as I was mentored a long time ago, and something I continuously have to practice, is that intuition gets stronger with practice and trust. It doesn't always come right away because we got ourselves so messed up though we don't even know how to do it anymore. Now, I was going to go into some body movements for you, but I'm going to invite you to go to our Instagram page. I'm going to share with you where you're going to find this on Instagram. I gave you a demonstration of what it looks like to move rage or anger, grief or sadness, and pleasure or joy through your body, which I had never been introduced to before myself. So if you go to our Instagram page, SHE-ness Tribe, can you all see the screen right now? Can you see the SHE-ness one? Okay. If you go to SHE-ness, we're just beginning. We need you. And you click on under the, what are these called? I should know the names. The highlights, yes. Stuffing emotions. And you go to the end. Now I give you different techniques for how to unlock your stuffed emotions right in this highlight. The last section is the feminine embodiment one. Doesn't work for the masculine at core. It works for the feminine core. Masculine core needs to do something else, like punch something, press steel. We think that needs to work for us, so we go do that. Guess what, honey? When you start to learn this, your body's gonna go, what just happened? No meditation, no yoga, no kickboxing, and I love all those, can touch deep work in feminine movement. So I did risk myself to show you all a little peek of that in public because it is such a critical space that most people will never have the opportunity to understand. And you, my friends, are right here at the right time. There's also transition movement that I'll teach you in a deeper dive of how to go from what works when you're working or when you're running a household that will obliterate, depolarize, demagnetize, create friction and upset in your intimate relationship if you don't know how to tap in to the feminine part of you, which I had no idea and have had to uncouple myself because I did not know what I did not know. So when we operate in our home in the drive, win, can-do state, we are in one of two spaces often in our relationships where we're in this great cohabitation with no real connection. He has not been invited to take care of you because you're taking care of it all anyway. Unconsciously, consciously is what he's realizing. And then when it starts to get bad, you in the masculine state, if your man or your partner, could be a woman, is masculine at core, and you're operating in masculine, and you come to them in the masculine, one of two things happen. You either get a super pleaser, nice masculine, where they go, whatever you want, honey, Sure, you can do that. Oh, I'll take care of it. Sure, baby. No. What do you want to eat? No, tell me where you want to go. It's okay, whatever you want to do. And now this pleaser no longer turns you on. Why? Because feminine at core isn't attracted to feminine at core, at feminine. So you're like, oh, that was nice, but I don't want to have sex with you. Or you've got feminine at core acting a masculine with a masculine at core, and now you are fighting. You are butting heads, and you are like a heated system in your house. You never know when someone's going to tip off. And guess what happens? When you're feminine at core, you will lose every time. Why? Because the masculine walks off the battlefield, it's done. The feminine walks off, and we carry it. And we're like, why are they not affected now? Are pissing me off more. Can y'all relate? Yeah. We're operating in the wrong energy. Remember I talked about fighting for what you want and inviting what you want? What sounds better? So we're going to go into deep dives if you'd like. I have 4 workshops for you. And we decided to make them very, 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 I hope, pray, because I want everyone who needs this to have help. Because right now, we all need better, and we know it. And we want to have the best of our life. And so we priced it at a place where I hope you can say yes to yourself if it's what you need. All the webinars are 4 classes, and they're $197. We have one that's a flash course for $97. I'm going to tell you what they are. There's a healthy habits workshop. Healthy habits, doesn't matter what we know, you guys, it matters what we do. Am I right? This is going to be a step-by-step walking you through implementing manageable, actionable, obtainable, easy steps to become the embodiment of the person that can take on the world's challenges. Energy, my friends, is your gateway. And if you don't have enough energy, your body can only take you as far as your imagination. Your dreams can only go as far as your imagination if your body can't take you there. So we're going to get you through the gateway, which is called energy. I personally experienced an adrenal crash. It took me 3 years to come back from a misprescribed drug called prednisone. I know what it feels like to have been paralyzed. I know what it feels like to have an 89-year-old person's energy. I know what it feels like to not even be able to sludge through the day after 2 o'clock. I know what it feels like for your head to hurt so bad because of exhaustion. I know what it feels like to want to do something, but you just can't make yourself do it because you're so tired. And after doing thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, over $30,000 of investment in homeopath and care from doctors, I have come up with a 4-week approach to help set up a gateway for you. So I'm going to share with you 2 testimonials, and one of them is a beautiful gal that's on with us today. I think she's still on. Oh, she had to hop off. So I'm going to share with you 2 quick little testimonials so you know I've done a course for this. This is not something I plan to do, but when I realized, oh my gosh, people need this in their life, and I have a tool, I'm just being mean by not sharing it. So here is testimonial 1. Beautiful Julia.
Hey, I wanted to give a quick shout out to my girlfriend Roya, Mattis, and her SHE-ness tribe. A little over a year ago, I went through her high-octane energy habits and was totally transformed by that course. Roya is such a great friend, mentor, encourager, and educator. And because of her lessons about empowering my body and listening to my body and fueling my body and creating habits to take care of myself, my body, my family, I've lost about 80 pounds in just under a year, and I'm getting the best sleep I've ever had. And I'm finally in a mindset where when things happen, they didn't happen to me, they happen, and I am able to power through them because my mindset is right. Thank you, Roya, for all that you do and all that you're doing to encourage and change the lives of women.
And I'll share one more. So generous of her to have made that video. I'm so sorry. Let me get it for us. Okay, here we go.
Hi there, guys. My name is Liana, and I just wanted to give my 5 cents about my experience with high octane energy course that I took from my friend Roya Mattis. This is incredible. I'm an overachiever, and I love achieving things, and I love being on the top and peak my energy. And this course, what I love about it, it not only gives you the what to do, but also the how to do, and it creates routine, as Roya says, routine that routine is a machine that drives the dream. I love it, and I think it's so true. This gave me the ability not only to focus more, to have higher energy, to have increased cognitive function. I also outdo people at the gym. My relationship got better because when I come home after work, I don't crash on the couch and, you know, just feeling sleepy. It's just incredible. And, you know, I don't have kids yet, but now since I have so much energy, I'm thinking that it should be easy now, having all this energy to be a great mom too. And I'm just very grateful. Thank you, Roya, for sharing this with us. I sent you many people and many more people to come because I really believe in this, and I think this is truthfully a new thing that everybody has to try at least, and do what, guys, if you take it, and I hope you do what she tells you. Now, don't just buy it and hope that the therapeutic effect will happen in the moment of you buying it. This is not how it works. She gives you a simple routine that you need to follow, and the reward will be incredible. So just try it for yourself. Give it a month, and then you'll see the transformation. I saw that when I was swimming at the pool, and I know when I would start feeling tired after swimming and breath and all that, you know. And then I was like swimming, and I was like, holy shit, when am I gonna get tired? And I was surprised with that. And in that moment, I realized this thing works. So go check it out, do what she says, create a routine, and be at the top of your shape, the best possible version of you. Be on the top, and see you there. Thanks. Mwah. Have a nice day.
Beautiful, Liana. Beautiful. All right, so High Octane Energy Habits course is available to you, $197. It'll be a 4-session course. You'll be able to access it, the sign up at SHE-ness.com, SHE-ness.com, under courses that my assistant Debbie is setting up fast and furious right now, so it should be up. The second course we want to offer to you is a High Vibe Women's Exclusive Workshop. This workshop is specifically designed for the woman who knows that even in uncertain times, she has a calling on her life, that she continuously seeks additional tools to access the joy, the peace, and the prosperity that is biologically hers. Having a heightened success in one area alone is not enough for this woman. She wants to have it in her relationship, in her parenting, her body, and her calling. She wants to embody she-ness. Welcome to she-ness, a high vibe women's exclusive workshop. This one, we're going to deep dive into many of the things we just talked today. I have some guest speakers lined up for that workshop. It is also a 4-session webinar, also at $197 for you. You will uncover your masculine and feminine edges. You will uncover more deep diving into the things you've been spinning about. And I just have so much packed in for you. I hope I can get it in 4 weeks, and I will bring you max benefit. This is the only one that's a women's only workshop. All the others I share with you can be men and women. It can be co-ed. The third is an inspired relationship workshop. Inspired relationship. You guys remember, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. And so we all want relationship filled with connection, fun and passion. Wouldn't you agree? But many men and women struggle in their relationships where these qualities have faded a bit. Sometimes better communication can help, but there is much more powerful tool. There's a much more powerful tool that you can employ. So by understanding and then harnessing the power of masculine and feminine polarity, you can create a relationship characterized by mutual trust, lust, and devotion. You can be a part of this in or out of a relationship. You can be seeking a relationship. You can be trying to work on yourself in order to attract the type of partner you want. Or you can be in a relationship that you want to just take to a higher level, or be in a relationship that's struggling. It's going to be for all of those areas, and it is designed for male and female relationships, as well as female to female and male to male relationships. You just have to insert the word masculine or the word feminine into your own being, whichever one you embody. Join us to explore the principles that are laid out in this incredible book I told you about earlier that we gave as a giveaway that I'm absolutely obsessed with. It's a new author in this progress, and he and I in this work, and it's genius. You guys, I have read so many books on this topic, and this one I could just, like I said, it's just genius. And so I reached out to him. I posted about him. He reached out to me, and we have since collaborated and decided to do this workshop together. So you will have a male and female coach in this workshop. And so you'll get the male perspective, the female perspective. And so the tickets come in pairs. It's $247 for 2 tickets. You can invite a girlfriend, you can invite a guy friend, you can invite your partner, you invite your whatever, whoever you want. You get 2 tickets at $247 for this 4-session workshop webinar. And the final one, due to the economy and where we are right now, there's a lot of uncertainty as it relates to income and finances. So I created a financial security-driven course during uncertainty. So this is your 2-session webinar to lead you into confidence, the confidence of becoming the person who has the tools and can trust themselves to rise up financially no matter what. This 2-session crash course is just $97. It's a co-ed crash course. You can share it with anyone that you'd like. And the registration will also be on our website at SHE-ness.com. The registrations will be open for a week, and after a week, we will begin to set out notifications of when the workshops will be. They will all be recorded, so whether you're there live or not, but we do recommend that you work to be there live. There will be 1-hour sessions each so that we can work around your already busy life. But here's the thing, you guys. If we don't wake up and do something about those little itches, they become a place where we get to the end of our life half-lived. Sensitive things, tough decisions is why you're here. You don't want a life half-lived. You want to unleash and leave nothing on the table that the Creator has called you for, so that when it's your time to go home, you can rest knowing you have done the hard things, you have listened to the calling, and you've leaned in and become the person He always knew you could be. Ashley, do we have any mainstream question that I should address as we close out?
No, just the last question is asking for the title and author of the book, and I was just about to post that. By C.S. Youngblood, The Masculine in Relationship.
The Masculine in Relationship by G.S. Youngblood. I love this subtitle, A Blueprint for Inspiring the Trust, Lust, and Devotion of a Strong Woman. And we will be walking through. It's incredible. So thank you all for choosing to join. We're going to actually share this YouTube because it's been such a turbulent time. We made a decision within SHE-ness that will allow you to share, and we're going to share this link to anyone and everyone you would like in this next week to give them an opportunity to have more access to deep dive or to just receive the gifts we pray that you receive today. We will, if you would post comments on your social media of what you got from here and tag us at SHE-ness Tribe, and then put hashtag SHE-ness Tribe and hashtag SHE-ness. It'd be such a blessing and a gift to us to know that all I've ever wanted to do is to give back. And I'd love to know if you got something today. Okay, God bless you all. Love you, and thank you for being here. Bye for now.